The FDA says it's getting close to pinpointing the source of the salmonella contamination in tomatoes. The outbreak is believed to have caused one death and sickened more than 160 people nationwide since April.
The Food and Drug Administration has...
Food policy expert J.D. Hansen says the federal government is not devoting nearly enough resources to protect the public from foodborne illnesses.
This is the 13th outbreak of salmonella in tomatoes since 1990. So, what we have is a continuing problem, not a new event.
The FDA has been warning consumers against eating raw red plum, red Roma, or round tomatoes. But now state agriculture officials from the Southeast are also criticizing the agency, saying it needs to find the source of the problem without hurting growers whose tomatoes are safe. Hansen says one problem is that U.S. food comes from all over the world.
We have more food from more places, and the FDA is conducting fewer investigations. That's partly why we have more food that gets us sick.
This highly centralized food system is very vulnerable to contamination, both deliberate and accidental. And that brings me to the public health justification for local food. We've just had a horrifying illustration of the dangers of centralized food. 200 Americans were seriously sick and 3 were killed by eating bagged spinach. What does that have to do with local food? Well, that product, there are 2 senses in which that product is a result of our industrial system. First, that bug, E. coli 0157H7, is a mutation of industrial feedlot agriculture. That's where that bug begins. You do not have that in grass-fed cattle. Second, that bug was able to be spread far and wide because you're taking food, spinach, from many, many farms, and you're washing it literally in a single sink in San Juan Bautista, California, and then you're sending it all over the country. This is not to say you couldn't get sick from eating spinach at your farmer's market. But you know what? If you did, nobody would hear about it because it wouldn't be a national story. It would be contained, the food chain. You would know who was responsible.